Yes,
Kino-confirm
Mr.
nyo
Chair.
na yung amount na 125 million was spent by the Office of the Vice President in 11 days. And that would be amounting to 11.3 thereabouts million per day. Now, may I know kung saan po nagastos ng Office of the Vice President yung 125 million? Kung naaayon sa circular na ito, bakit kayo nag-issue ng notice of disallowance? Tapos kayo ngayon sa COA, sinasabi ninyo na posible pala ito. Samantalang kami on the ground na gumagawa nito noong ako'y nasa serbisyo, nahihirapan po kami. So, what is your basis na pwedeng sabihin na posible ito, Madam COA? Kailan po nyo inirelease yung COA audit report nyo regarding the office of the OVP regarding the use of the amount of 125 million under line item confidential expenses? Kailan po nyo na-release yung COA report nyo?
Sino po ang sasagot? Attorney, sorry, hindi ko po makita yung pangalan. Attorney Camora from COA. Please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. As to confidential intelligence and confidential funds, we do not issue any audit reports, just the audit actions, Mr. Chair.
Audit action.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Chair.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Now, when was the confidential fund in the amount of 125 million transferred to the office of the Vice President?
Sino po sasagot?
It was in December.
Attorney Camora?
Mr. Chair, may I be clarified? The cash advance, Mr. Chair?
Yes. When was the fund, the 125 million amount transferred to the office of the Vice President?
Mr. Chair, the fund was received on December 20,
2022.
2022, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Thank you. Now, on 25 September 2023, according to reports, kayo po ay nag-confirm, maybe because of reports, na galing po sa Office of the Vice President na the amount of 125 million confidential funds was spent in 11 days.
Mr. Chair, based on their liquidation reports, opo.
Kayo po na nagsabi nito in your report.
Wala pong report, Mr. Chair, but audit action po.
Oh, it's an audit action. At
Yes,
kino-confirm
Mr.
nyo
Chair.
na yung amount na 125 million was spent by the Office of the Vice President in 11 days. And that would be amounting to 11.3 thereabouts million per day. Would that be correct? Tama po ba yun?
Mr. Chair, may I ask for the question to be repeated?
Ano po? Uulitin ko po?
Opo.
Kayo po nagko-confirm na in-spend in your liquidation in the liquidation report that was submitted to you, kayo po nag-confirm na in 11 days naubos po yung 125 million confidential funds. Tama po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
And that is equivalent to spending 11.3 million a day if it was spent, or if the amount was spent in 11 days. Tama po rin po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair, based on
Yes.
their documents po.
And yung 11 days na yon ay nung panahon na from 21 to 31 ng December 2022. Would that also be correct? O tama po ba yun?
based on their accomplishment report. Tama po, Mr. Chair.
And that is at the height of the holiday season, matatapos na po yung taon, di po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
At lahat po ng ahensya ng gobyerno nagmamadali na ma-spend yung kanilang pera na nasa kanilang opisina. Di po ba? Kasi ang nangyayari po, hindi ba, kung minsan, December 31, pinapaspasan po ng mga opisina ng gobyerno ang pag-liquidate po ng mga pondo na nasa kanila. Hindi po ba tama yun? Alam ko po yun dahil naging controller po ako ng Philippine National Police noong Chief PNP si Senator Lacson at yun ang nangyayari eh. Kayo po ang sasagot, hindi na po siya.
That's correct po, Your Honor.
Yes.
Paki-address niyo po yung chair sa antakantayin niyo po na-recognize kayo. You are Miss Sofia Gemora.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please continue.
Kasi minamadali po nila ng mga ehensya dahil if you notice, yung buwan ng Disyembre, normally it has four non-working holidays. So, 4 na ang nabawas sa 11 days para gastusin mo. Tama rin po ba?
If I may add, Your Honor, to what Attorney Camora had said earlier, with regards to the 11 days report of our audit team, we are the audit team of the Office of the Vice President. So, looking at the records or the recording in the financial statements, we found out that the cash advance was drawn on December 20, 2022. And on December 31, looking at the financial statements, there was an expenditures recorded of the same amount, the 125 million. So that was the reason why we, of course, it's correct to say that that was the 125 million was expended in 11 days. Your Honor.
Thank you, Madam. Now, because of this, the COA issued a notice of disallowance dated 8 August 2024, disallowing the amount of 73,287,000 from the 125 million confidential funds disbursed by the Office of the Vice President in 2022. Tama rin po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Now, may I know kung ano po yung mga dahilan po ninyo bakit nag-issue po kayo ng notice of disallowance doon po sa expenditure on confidential funds by the Office of the Vice President? Pwede po bang malaman yung rason po ninyo?
Attorney Gamora.
Mr. Chair, our reasons were indicated po at the ND. I'd like to make a rundown po. Yung may issue po sa payment of rewards nila, may issue sa payment of charging payment for tables, chairs, desktop computers and printers to the confidential fund, and also a non-submission of the revised accomplishment report, Mr. Chair.
Yun po yung official reason why you COA issued a notice of disallowance. Tama rin po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Now, may I ask, meron po siguro kayong breakdown ng expenditure of the confidential funds. Meron po ba kayo?
Mr. Chair, meron po sa accomplishment report.
Yes, and yung breakdown po ng expenditure ng 125 million, nasa inyo po sigurado yun. Tama rin po.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Now, may I know kung saan po nagastos ng Office of the Vice President yung 125 million? Was it spent in accordance with the rules, regulations, and protocol on the expenditure or on the use of confidential funds? Nasunod po ba yun?
Yes, Mr. Chair. As indicated sa accomplishment report po, na-liquidate naman po nila based on confidential expenses as required by the joint circular po, Mr. Chair.
If I may, alam naman po ninyo yung section 4.8 of Joint Circular number 2015-01
Yes, Mr.
on the
Chair.
use of confidential funds.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Now, categorically, yung po bang items na kung saan ginamit yung confidential funds ay naaayon po dito sa circular na ito?
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Kung naaayon sa circular na ito, bakit kayo nag-issue ng notice of disallowance?
Mr. Chair, as to yung first finding, meron po kasing specific requirement ang joint circular na document na hindi po nila na-submit or nag-submit sila pero hindi po sufficient siya to answer the requirement of the joint circular, Mr. Chair.
Na-mention kanina ni Chairman, the Honorable Joel Chua, na in the accomplishment report of the President, if I remember it right, meron pong ginamit na yung surveillance in 132 places. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair? Yung
Areas po yun.
narinig ko na yun.
132 areas po.
Yes.
Yung 125 million, parang ginamit po yan in 132 areas.
Yes, and accordingly, it was 100% compliance. Hindi po ba sa tingin ng COA, medyo kwan ito? Medyo imposible?
Mr. Chair, parang based on other parang okay lang naman po siya.
Kami po ay gumagamit din po ng intelligence fund. Nanggaling po ako sa service At alam ko na mahirap gawin ito. I will conduct surveillance in 132 areas in 11 days. Tapos kayo ngayon sa COA, sinasabi ninyo na posible pala ito. Samantalang kami on the ground na gumagawa nito noong ako'y nasa serbisyo, nahihirapan po kami. So, what is your basis na pwedeng sabihin na posible ito, Madam COA?
Mr. Chair, there are also deficiencies here.
No, tinatanong ko lang po kayo kasi sa mata po ng COA, yung mag-conduct ka ng surveillance activities in 132 areas in 11 days, para sa amin po na gumagawa nito in our use of intelligence funds, no, ako po yung nasa servisyo, nahirapan po kami Tapos sa mata pala ninyo, posible pala ito. Tama po ba yung aking kaisipan?
Mr. Chair, ang identified lang po ay number of areas, pero pwede din pong i-consider yung kung ilan po yung kung ilang tao po yung pinag-spendan ng funds, Mr. Chair.
But the liquidation report does not say so.
Yes, Mr. Chair. But,
In-assume na lang ninyo yun
Mr. Chair, meron po silang submitted na mga documentary evidence.
Okay. Mr. Chair, those would be the questions that I would ask, I have asked from COA. Yun po yung aking nihanda. The others would pertain to Madam Gina F. Acosta. So, marami pong salamat, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity to interpolate. Thank you.
Thank you po, Congressman ACOP. The next interpellator is the Honorable Congressman Rolando Valeriano.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair, quick question.
Congressman Ortega, with the indulgence of Congressman Valeriano, the Chair would like to recognize Congressman Ortega.
Mr. Chair, I've noticed that there are some employees and from the office of the Vice President who are here. Are we gonna sit them as a resource person, or they just going to sit around the hall, Mr. Chair?
I was informed a while ago that the spokesman of the Vice Mayor is Vice President is representing the DepEd, not the office of the Vice President. But I was told by the COMSEC that a while ago, the OBP Chief of Staff, Attorney Solueta Lopez, supposedly is present today, but could not be located as of now. May I know if Attorney Solueta Lopez is here inside the Zulaika. Sorry. If Attorney Zulaika Lopez is present in this
Mr.
hearing.
Chairman, I think Yusek Powa is the spokesperson of the Vice President. Maybe he can answer on your query, considering that he knows all about the OBP.
Yes, would you like to please join us?
Mr. Chairman, good morning.
Yes,
good morning to the members
morning,
of the
Yusek
I
Powa.
have not seen Yusek Zulaika since I arrived this morning. And to be very honest with you, I do not know if she was even here today. But I don't think she's with us at the moment. For the OBP matters, let me just manifest, Mr. Chair, Your Honors, that I only joined OBP po kasi itong August.
Okay.
So, and only as a spokesperson, I am only a consultant in the Office of the Vice President as her spokesperson. So, sa totoo lang po, I will not be competent to answer any questions as regards yung operations pa po talaga ng OBP at this point, Your Honors.
Mr. Chairman, if
Yes,
I may,
Congressman
was he
Fernandez.
not given authority to answer some queries from this committee?
Do you have any authority from
Mr.
the
Chair,
Office of the Vice
I-
President?
Mr. Chair, I was not given po any authority today. I am appearing today because part of the invitations given to the DepEd family also included my name. So that is the only reason why I decided to appear po today before you.
Okay. Okay po ba sa inyo yan? Okay, we will now proceed to the... But before I recognize Congressman Valeriano, the Chair would like to recognize the presence of Honorable Clarice Ann Hernandez of the Lone District of Calamba City. Good morning po, ma'am. And Congressman Kit Flores. Yes, good morning po. Congressman Valeriano, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a brief background lang po. Last August 13, 2024, yung House Committee on Appropriation issue a subpoena duces tecum requiring the COA to submit dito po sa amin sa House Committee ng audit report on the confidential fund ng OBP and the DepEd for the years 2022 and 2023. Pero after nun, a letter dated August 21 or 6 days before the House Committee on APRO was scheduled to hear, the OBP, through its Undersecretary and Chief of Staff, Attorney Lopez, advised COA against complying with the subpoena duces tecum. So, yung katanungan ko po, sa COA, Commission on Audit, kay Ms. Martha Rosat. Ma'am, wala po yata si Honorable Cordoba?
He's not.
Sa inyo na lang po, ma'am. Kung maalala niyo po, meron pong subpoena duces tecum requiring the COA to submit to the House Committee in regards do sa report ng confidential pa ng OBP and the DepEd for the year 2022 and 2023. Tama po?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair,
Please wait
Your
to be
Honor.
recognized. Ms. Martha Roxanne Sese, you are recognized.
Yes. Mr. Chair, Your Honor, may I request for a repetition of the question, please?
Nakatanggap po kayo ng subpoena duces tecum requiring the COA, kayo po, to submit to the House Committee the audit report on the confidential fund ng OBP and the DepEd para sa taong 2022 and 2023. Tama po? Yung letter po is dated August, I think 13, 2024. August 21. Tama?
Your Honor, may I please refer first to the legal services sector representative because I am not privy to that very document.
May I know who will answer? Attorney Camora, please answer.
Yes, Mr. Chair, nakatanggap po kami ng subpoena.
Yan. Yung August 21, 2024, you received a letter from the OBP directly to Chairperson Cordoba. And it was personal. Ang sinasabi po ron, kung maalala nyo, pinipigilan ang COA na mag-release ng details. Tama po?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Sino po ang nag-receive ng letter?
Mr. Chair, sa Office of the Chairperson po.
Sa Office of the Chair. Binigay po ba, anyway, wala si Chairman pero baka kaya niya pong sagutin. Binigay po ba kaagad ito personally kay Chairman Cordoba or dinaan pa sa kanyang mga staff?
Mr. Chair, hindi ko po alam kung kailan nabigay kay Chairperson pero na-receive po ng ICFAO ng office namin and then we elevated po the matter to the Chairperson.
Yes. Ano po ang naging aksyon ng COA in regards to that letter?
We complied with the subpoena duces tecum, Mr. Chair.
So, ang discretion po kung lawful at reasonable ang pag-comply sa mga subpoena or kung lawful excuse not to comply ay tanging tama po, nasa inyo, nasa COA lang.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, pong COA rules.
Yeah, at bilang constitutional independent body, hindi po maaring diktahan basta-basta ang COA. Tama po?
Being an independent body, tama po, Mr. Chair.
Lalo na po kung ito ay in relation to the constitutional duties ng COA gaya ng pag-o-audit sa ahensya ng kahit anong government agency. Tama po?
Tama naman po, Mr. Chair.
Under the presumption of regularity, ang COA ay kailangan mag-comply sa mga subpoena as a matter of course. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
So, did the COA reply?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We replied to the subpoena duces tecum.
Okay. Nagkaroon po ba ng exchange of correspondence na sagutan yung OBP tsaka yung COA in regards po doon sa request nila?
Mr. Chair, parang wala na pong response po.
So, sinunod nyo po ba yung directive ng OBP not to comply with the subpoena?
Mr. Chair, yung hindi po. Ang nag-comply po kami is yung sa subpoena duces.
So, ang COA po ay sumunod sa subpoena because they agree that Congress does have the power to subpoena these documents. Correct?
Mr. Chair, our rules also allows us to comply to subpoena duces tecum and other lawful orders po.
Yes. Ang COA ay sumunod sa subpoena dahil ito ay in-issue batay sa power to conduct legislative inquiries ng Congress. Tama po ba?
Yeah, tama po, Mr. Chair.
And COA likewise agrees that the audit of the confidential funds, which are government funds, are matters of public concern. Tama po ba?
Tama.
Tama.
In terms of audit po, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair, tama po.
And the public has the right to know paano po ginagastos ang pera ng bayan, di po ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
And likewise, ang Kongreso ay may obligasyon. Kami po dito na siguruhin ang pera ng bayan ay ginagastos po sa tamang paraan. Tama po?
We submit po sa ano po.
And when the COA complied with the subpoena, ano po ba yung response ng OBP, ng Office of the Vice President? Did the OBP reach out to COA again?
Mr. Chair, wala po akong alam na nagbigay po sila ng further requests or
Or letter?
Letters.
Nagpadala ba sila ng communication again? Hindi na po?
wala na po, Mr. Chair.
Were further attempts made by the OBP to force or compel COA not to comply with the subpoena, even a phone call or what?
Wala naman po. I'm not aware of any letter or any communication po.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. Sa OBP po, meron bang pwedeng sumagot? Wala talaga si Attorney Lopez. Comsec, how about Attorney Lemuel G. Ortoño? Andito po.
Negative as well, Your Honor.
Again?
Mr. Chair,
Wala po.
with the indulgence of
Congressman
the
ACOP, you're
Honorable
recognized.
Valeriano, before we leave the issue on the subpoena duces tecum, Your
With the
Honor.
indulgence of Honorable... Please proceed, Congressman Acop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I know if we have required the submission of the letter of the Office of the Vice President through Undersecretary and Chief of Staff Lopez to the COA? Did we require COA to submit a copy of that letter to the committee?
Mr. Chair, wala po yata kaming.
Attorney Camora, before you answer, please wait to be recognized. May I recognize the COMSEC?
Your Honor, thank you. Wala po, Your Honor. However, in the previous meeting, I was directed to write a letter to the Committee on Appropriations Chairperson to request for the documents submitted to them through the subpoena duces tecum filed or issued by the Committee on Appropriations, Your Honor.
No. May I move, Mr. Chair, that COA submits to us a copy of the letter of the Office of the Vice President through Undersecretary Lopez?
There's a motion by the Honorable ACOP to require COA to submit the letter of the Honorable Vice President
Through
Undersecretary Lopez. Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Mr.
you,
Chair,
Mr.
with the
Chair.
permission of Congressman Acop, we have some representatives from the Office of the Vice President available. Baka mayroon po kayong kopya ng sulat na yon. At kung may kopya po sila at dala-dala po nila, baka pwede maibigay na po nila ngayon yung sulat. Mr. Chair?
Sino pong representative ng OVP ang nandito po? Wala po yata.
Mr. Chair,
Sino yan?
Si Civilian, di ba?
Please identify yourself, please.
Wait.
Sino po?
Mr. Chair, point of order lang, no? Earlier
What is
there
the point
were-
of order?
Yeah, earlier there were representatives from the OVP. May I ask where they are now?
Your Honor, may I be recognized, Your Honor?
Yes, COMSEC, you're recognized.
They were located at the corner of the room earlier, Your Honor. Some of the representatives were there. They did not give the committee secretary their names, but they were there and now they are not here, Your Honor.
Are you referring to Attorney Zuleika Lopez?
For clarification, Your Honor, there was an error in recognition of Attorney Zuleika. The observation of Kong ACOP is valid. Wala po talaga siya. Hindi po umatid.
Wala talaga.
Mga security po yata kanina yung dumating, Your Honor.
Okay, security lang po.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sino po yun?
Mr. Chair, Congressman Singh, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Swansing.
Mr. Chair, with regard to the letter being discussed at the moment, I also ask to confirm with Representative Luis Tro. This said letter was already requested and brought up during the second hearing for the OVP budget deliberations. And this letter was already furnished to us during that committee hearing.
So
And,
we are already in receipt of the letter.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'll defer to Representative Luis Shaw because during the hearing itself, the representative from COA turned over that letter to Representative Luis Tro.
Yes, Congressman Luistro, you are recognized by the chair.
Mr. Chair, I confirm the manifestation of the Honorable Suwan Singh that during the budget briefing of the OVP, we requested the COA to submit to the Committee on Appropriations the copy of the letter of the OVP opposing the subpoena duces tecum issued by the Committee on Appropriations. So may we inquire from the COMSEC if we can get in touch with the Committee on APRO so we can be provided a copy of this letter opposing the subpoena, Mr. Chair.
COMSEC, please take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro. Congressman Dan Fernandez, you are
Yes,
recognized.
just wanted to be clarified on the submission of that letter that was given to Honorable Jinky Luistro. Can I be informed who signed that letter?
It is a certain Attorney Solaika,
Attorney
Chief of
Solaika.
Staff of the Office of the Vice President.
Chief of Staff of OBP.
Have we invite Attorney Solaita?
COMSEC?
Huh?
COMSEC, did we invite Attorney Solaika?
Have we invited
Did we
Yes.
send an invitation? Yes.
Yes.
And
Unfortunately, Attorney Zulaika Lopez is not
how many times
present.
did we invite Attorney Solaita?
She was invited in the September 18 hearing, Your Honor, and today as well, Your Honor.
So 2 times already. But
We,
in both
issued
occasions, she did not appear.
Yes,
Have we
Your Honor.
issued, Mr. Chairman, a chocus order?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a move. There's a motion already. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congresswoman
I
Luistro.
just wish to manifest the 3 important arguments that were raised in the said letter. First is we allegedly violated the separation of power. Second, we violated the due process. And third, we violated the confidential nature of the fund, which during the briefing of the budget briefing of the Office of the Vice President, we amply addressed already, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, while we are waiting for the copy of that letter from the Committee on APRO, I shared the 3 arguments which were raised in the said letter. First is the separation of power rule. Second is the due process. And third is the confidential nature of the fund. During the budget briefing, Mr. Chair, we amply addressed already these 3 issues.
Okay, duly noted, Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, please continue your interpellation, Congressman Valeriano.
Ang problem po, yung kasunod ko sanang tanong in regards do sa letter na ginawa ni Attorney Lopez sa OBP na or any representative from the Office of the Vice President, pero wala po sila kahit isa, Mr. Chair. So, tinatapos ko na po yung pagtatanong ko. At meron na po bang representative from the OBP?
Wala pa rin po, COMSEC.
May I
Tama.
be recognized, Your Honor?
Yes, COMSEC,
I
you're
was
recognized.
informed by the registration that there was one representative who signed in the registration. Her name is Marie Cristel Aksalan, while the rest did not register, Your Honor. And they are not here anymore. Marie Cristel Aksalan signed the registration, Your Honor.
She signed in the registration,
Yes.
but she is not physically present.
She was here a while ago.
She was here.
Some of them were here a while ago, and now they cannot be located, Your Honor.
Okay.
So with that, Mr. Chair, tineterminate ko na po yung ibang katanungan ko at antayin ko na lang po sa susunod na hearing pagka dumating na po yung Office of the Vice President. Salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr.
Yes,
Chair, can I just,
Congressman, Deputy Speaker Jay Suarez, you're recognized.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of our next interpellator, I just want to go back dito sa COA natin. Attorney Camora, opo, nabanggit niyo po kanina na nakapag-submit po ng documents tungkol po doon sa liquidation ng 125 million in 11 days, no?
Attorney Camora.
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
Can you please submit to the committee the documents that were submitted?
Mr. Chair, since it was already subpoenaed by the Committee on Appropriations, we can only comply through subpoena din po.
Okay.
It was subpoenaed by the Committee on Appropriation.
Yes, Mr.
So
Chair.
nasa Committee on Appropriation po yung documents. Tama po ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Maybe we can ask the COMSEC to request for a copy of the said documents.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, that was the next motion that I was gonna push forward, is that we request a copy of the documents that were transmitted to the Committee on Appropriations, just so that we can go through these documents. No? Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Of course, and of course, it should also include the 32 areas, no?
Yes. Did you submit the list of the 32 areas covered by the period of December 21 to December 31, 2022?
Mr. Chair, we can provide the copies to the committee upon issuance of subpoena din po.
Upon the issuance of subpoena. Duces tecum. Do I hear a motion for the issuance?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to issue a subpoena duces tecum with respect to the 32 areas covered covering December 21 to December 31, 2022 with respect to the 125 million confidential fund. Is there any second to the motion?
second, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried. Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Luistro, you're recognized.
I wish to go back to the letter opposing the subpoena issued by the Congress, specifically the Committee on Appropriations, Mr. Chair. I wish to manifest that the letter is dated August 21, 2024. So I humbly submit that during this time, Attorney Powa is already connected with the Office of the Vice President, and I wish to believe that he can enlighten us with respect to the questions to be propounded by the Honorable Valeriano, Mr. Chair.
Attorney Powa, could you please join us?
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
may I be
Attorney Powa.
recognized? Yes. I confirm the statement made by the Honorable Congresswoman that I was already, in fact, the spokesperson at that time, August 21, I believe. However, Mr. Chair, I really do not have the competence because I am not an employee of the OVP. I was only engaged to be the spokesperson at that point. And so I was not part of the drafting of such letter and was not part of anything with that letter. But if there's anything that I can contribute, then I will be willing to do so, Mr. Chair.
Would you like to proceed, Congressman?
Mr. Chairman,
Valeriano?
opo, baka...
Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of
Yes,
Representative
Congressman
Go ahead.
Nika Sonsing.
Very quickly lang po. May I ask Mr. Chair a clarificatory question on the motion a while ago? How many areas po yung covered nung subpoena duces tecum?
132 areas.
Okay. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. Just wanted to clarify because I heard 32 po. So we just wanted to make sure 132 is correct. That's correct, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much po.
Thank you. Just to be clear, the motion was duly approved with respect to 132 areas. Okay po ba, Powa?
Mr.
Yes,
Mr. Chair.
Attorney
Again,
Powa.
my apologies, but Again, I just have to at least state for the record, Your Honors, that the Vice President really did not authorize me to represent her or the OBP in this proceeding po. I really am here because I was part of the invitees doon po sa DepEd invite na pinadala po.
So with that, Mr. Chair, hindi rin niya pwedeng sagutin yung mga tanong ko in regards to the OBP, to the Office of the Vice President.
Opo. Mr. Chair,
Yes, please continue.
gustuhin ko man po kasi hindi po talaga ako authorized. So I'm afraid whatever I say might also be questioned later on, Your Honors.
Okay.
Hindi talaga po ako inauthorized ng Vice Presidente natin eh.
Okay, thank you po.